Hey loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have baby KJ with me. You want to say hi, Papa? You want to say hi? Everybody hasn't seen you. What are you looking at? Say hi. Hi. All right, you sit down here, let mommy talk to these nice people. And if you hear some sniffling in the back, it's KJ. I've already gave him some little baby saline, so hopefully his nose will clear up. But hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, my name is Drea. So today I wanted to do a life update. I have not done one of these videos in a while. And if you've been watching me for some time, you know that ever since we left Georgia, I really haven't been like consistent like I used to be. And things have kind of been all over the place. So I just wanted to go back, talk to y'all, let y'all know what's going on. And I'm sorry I have baby stuff on my shirt, real life right now. But anyways, let's get started. So let's get started and let's talk about us, family as a whole. So May 2018, we left Georgia. Masynn and I left Georgia on the 14th, I believe, and we went to Maryland. And Kendall stayed to finish school, and he came back down like 2 weeks later. So the reason for that is, y'all know that last year we were supposed to be going through a big change that ended up not happening. So I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what the big change was, and flat out is Kendall had decided that he wanted to go into the military. I feel like our time in Georgia was not that great. I'm gonna be real with y'all. A lot of things happened financially. We had the miscarriage, we were away from family like that. Not that we're like up our family's butt like that, but we were kind of further away. A lot of things played into it, and I felt like we genuinely were not happy. We were constantly stressed out. And when I look back at videos, I can just tell like, dang, I wasn't good. I know there were some times that I said certain things in videos and I was always talking about negativity. I just wasn't good. We weren't in a good place. Let me just flat out put it like that. I feel like the miscarriage did trigger a lot of that. Y'all know that I had a miscarriage in January of 2018, and it kind of just put a damper on the whole year. So Kendall decided that he was going into the military. This is something that he's always talked about, either the military or he wanted to go into the criminal justice section of life. And he decided that the military was what he was going to do. So we started to make plans for Babe to go into the Navy. So we found out with our landlord about our lease, and they told us that our lease was after January of 2018, it was going to be a month to month. So we decided, you know what, let's pack up, let's go. There's no point of us continuing to pay rent and all these other bills that's going on for nothing. So Masynn and I went home to my mom, and Kendall stayed, and he eventually came down. We reunited. So this past summer was extremely hard for us. So this summer was really hard for us. We were both at a place where it was kind of hard. Kendall wasn't working, and it wouldn't have made a difference if we left Georgia or not, because he was a teacher back then. Bless you. He was a teacher back then, so he still would have been unemployed for the summertime. And we were trying to figure out where we were going to go, because at that point, Kendall decided, you know what, I'm not doing military. I need to stay here. We're going to figure things out. So it was free range. Where were we going? Were we going to go back to Georgia? Were we going to do North Carolina? Were we going to do Maryland? So we thought about Maryland, which would have been fine because our family's there. Both of our families live in Maryland. I'd be closer to my grandma who lives in Jersey and the rest of my family that lives in Jersey. But we did some things. We both tried to go on interviews. We tried to do a lot of things, and for some reason it wasn't working out. Another thing that happened over the summer, which I've talked to y'all about, is we lost our really close friend, and it just happened out of nowhere. Literally, we were in North Carolina for their wedding on June 29th. We were celebrating them. We were so happy for them. And then a month later, Kendall gives me a call, and literally our friend had passed away, and he passed away so tragically. It was a work accident, and I felt like that also triggered a lot into what was going on with us. Like it was just a lot. So finally, during the time we were here for our friend's wedding, Kendall did go into an interview, and he got a job as a teacher. So things were starting to line up a little bit more. We knew that I kept telling Kendall even before we left Georgia that I felt like North Carolina was calling our names. If y'all realize, we kept coming back here and everything. So finally, end of summertime, August, we move, we get our place, things are looking up good. Kendall is working at a school and he also has a second job as well. The reason why babe left that both jobs is it wasn't going good financially. We still weren't at a place where we were happy. And I'm gonna be real with y'all, I've never been a rich person before, but we have seen better situations where we were able to pay our bills and still do things, and it was not the case this time around. It was not looking good. So it wasn't until a certain point in December that Kendall got pretty much a lousy check. I told him, no, quit your job. There's no point. So eventually Kendall left his teaching job and he had the interview with corrections and he got his job. So now babe is now a correctional officer and he's now into the criminal justice field like he's always wanted to do. So I'm so proud of him. He actually finished his training. You little loud baby. He actually finished his training on April 5th, which is my birthday. So that is pretty much it. That's how we got here. That's why we left Georgia and all of that jazz. I've had people to ask if we would ever move back to Georgia. So I don't have a problem with Georgia. I just didn't like where we lived. If I ever go back to Georgia, I would probably live closer to Atlanta in a different section, probably north of Atlanta or like Cobb County, DeKalb, something along those lines, just not Clayton County. Anyways, so moving on, let's talk about Masynn and her speech. So Masynn is going to be 2.5 on April 27th. So she's 29 months right now if y'all go by months, and she is doing very, very well. One thing I love about my baby is she is such a social butterfly. You could throw Masynn into any situation and she will make the best out of it. So she started preschool. Originally we wanted her to do part-time, just 2 days a week. We figured that'd be best with our budget and just good for her. She doesn't need 5 days a week. But when we went in for her orientation, they told us they had no more part-time, so Masynn was going 5 days a week. So she now goes to preschool 5 days a week. We pretty much take her around 8 o'clock and pick her up around like 4:35. She's doing very well. The first day, I will admit that I was a little bit nervous. If you follow me on Instagram, you all know that I took a screenshot of her classroom. Her school is equipped with cameras so we can see into every classroom that she goes into, which she's only in 2 classrooms ever, but she's doing really well. The first day I was nervous because she did not nap on time. If the teacher said, let's do this, she's not used to sitting down and doing things, if that makes sense, because she's always home and does what she needs to do. But then a second day and on, she's been napping on cue. She's been sitting down eating. The teacher says, come on, let's read. She's right there. She's doing very, very well, and we're so proud of her. I cannot believe my baby is about to be, well, not about to be, but she's gonna be 3 this year. Y'all, I was just pregnant with Masynn. What in the heavens happened? As far as speech therapy, she's had 4 sessions so far. So Masynn goes 2 times a week for 30 minutes. And she's doing okay. It's just started. We still do things at home, which I feel like has helped a lot. Over the summer, I felt like my baby was practically mute. She said a couple of words here and there, but she really didn't talk like that. So, I have been working with her ever since we moved to North Carolina, just to help her out more, talk to her more, because I feel like that was something I didn't do when we were home. I might say a few things here and there, but I didn't want to be that person like, why are you talking to your kid? No, talk to your kids, y'all. So we have just been working with her and she's been thriving. So obviously there is still a speech delay, but we have her in therapy in hopes that everything is going to go better. So that's everything with Masynn. That's everything with Kendall. Little KJ. Let's talk about little KJ, our surprise baby, okay? First and foremost, you okay? I still cannot believe the day I went to the hospital for food poisoning, I find out that I'm pregnant. And I think, I don't really feel like that was surprising. I've talked about this before, but I think the most surprising thing is when I went in for a ultrasound and I'm expecting to see this little tiny seed, because I can't be that far along, and I see a full-blown baby. Like, I'm just like, what in the hey? But KJ is doing well. He is now 2 months old. He turned 2 months on April 7th, and he is doing well. Oh, bless you. You want to show everybody yourself? Yeah. Hi. Say hi, everybody. So we're gonna do a 1 and 2 month update. I was about to say pregnancy update on KJ. I don't want to give y'all too much information, but y'all look at this man. You're a big boy. You big boy. Okay, I'm done disturbing y'all. So he's doing well, and he is an absolute adorable dream baby. And yeah, so let's talk a little bit about me. I just feel like I am in a much better place. I don't know if y'all can read my energy, but I'm happy. I'm literally happy and blessed, to say the least. I have been working, okay, y'all? So I have been working. I have been trying my hardest to, I don't want to say make my Instagram a thing, but really get it to a point where I can turn this into a income. So I have been earning money from my social media posts for some time, but I was trying to get to a place where I can literally sit down and say, I'm going to turn this into a full-time thing, and not just because I'm a stay-at-home wife and I do it. I'm talking about, like, if Kendall was not around and I had to feed my kids and pay bills, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm so happy to say that I'm in that place. Like I mentioned before, we were having financial problems, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't as great as it used to be, and we are now back in a place where it's better than what it was, even when it was good. So I'm good. I'm happy. I just feel entirely blessed, y'all. I cannot stress that enough. So this year, some goals that I have for myself, which I am going to show y'all along the way, because I'm going to do better vlogging, I promise, but it's to travel a lot. So far we've done 1 trip this year so far. I couldn't do more before because I was obviously pregnant, had KJ, and had to recover. But we went to DC in March, and it was awesome. We got to work with, was it 3 different brands? So I got to work with Y Hotels. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw all this. I got to work with Nando's Peri Peri Chicken. And then I also got to work with this restaurant called MXDC, and it was a blast. I just love what I do. You know, I'm able to be home with the kids, you know, take Masynn to school, take her to speech therapy, do whatever I have to do with them, appointments, all of that jazz. And then I'm still able to work and bring an income in. I love the fact that we are able to travel. So we have a big trip planned in about I'll probably say like 4 weeks. I'm so excited. So I'm not going to tell y'all exactly what we're doing, but what I can say is that we're going to be in Orlando. Again, I just love the fact that I'm able to travel with the family and work with different brands and stuff like that, and actually call it a job. So that has been awesome. Another thing, I've also been able to launch my working with brands workshop. I don't know if y'all all watch, I'm not sure if those who have participated have watched me on Instagram, on YouTube, but I just want to thank them for taking a chance with me. But I've been able to help people specifically work with brands, so that is pretty awesome as well. So I think that's about it. I don't think I'm leaving anything out, but if y'all have any further questions, just comment down below and I'll be sure to answer those for you. Let me know what all y'all want to see. So I am gonna try to vlog a little bit more. As far as a mommy morning routine, I'm going to try to get that down, especially now with Masynn in school, so we're not just in the house. I can get that for y'all. I have some cook with me's coming, but anything else y'all would like to see, just comment down below. We will see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all. Say bye.